This is the first of 3 evenings of glorifications to Lord Shiva, and we'll be here for the entire night of Mahashivaratri to eulogize, to glorify Bhagwan Shankar. This evening, as we prepare to listen to the Katha, in the very beginning of the Yagya, I want to tell you about a conversation we were having in the car coming here. And I said that tonight we will sing the Arti, Jai Jagadish Hare. And the 2 ladies who were in the car, they blew a fit. And they said to me, "You crazy? It is Shiva's Yagya. Why are you going to sing Jai Jagadish Hare?" And I said to them, "I will tell you, but I will not answer privately. I want to tell you publicly." In the Shiva Mahapuran it says, at one time, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, they were in each other's company, but they were both visited by Yama, the god of death. Yama inquired from Lord Shiva. He says, "Oh Lord Shiva, you are that god who wants away death. And oh Bhagwan Vishnu, you are that god who frees the souls that are trapped. But then tell me, what souls should I take first?" Lord Shiva says, "Take the souls who pray to me, but they forget Lord Vishnu." And Lord Vishnu says, "Take the souls that pray to me, but they have forgotten Lord Shiva." The Katha takes us into Vishnu Lok, the abode of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, he is having a beautiful conversation with a visitor who has entered Vishnu Lok. And who is this visitor? Narada Muni, the celestial sage. Narada Muni is inquiring, he is asking. He says, how difficult is it for man to see or to meet or to greet with Lord Shiva? How difficult is it? How hard is it? How easy is it? You hear Mahashivaratri. Many people have breathed a sigh of relief that Mahashivaratri didn't fall in the midst of carnival. You know why? You know why? Because it would have dampened their idea of what life is. Life was made to eat, drink, and make. And when dead, somebody else will pray for you, and it tells us. Narada Muni inquiring from Bhagwan Vishnu. Bhagwan Vishnu says, Beito. Beito means what? Beito. What does it mean? Sit. Bhagwan Uvacha. Uvacha means to speak. Bhagwan Uvacha. Lord Vishnu speaks. And what is he about to tell Narada Muni? Listen to what he says. Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare. Sing with me. Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षमामृतात् या देवी सर्वभूतेषु तया रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। सुनो जिसमें पहले भगवान विष्णु का उवाचा, जिसमें नारद की आसन बेटे का भगवान मृत करने वाले, देखो अभिमन्यु का कथा करने देखते हैं। अभिमन्यु का एक बच्चा का तथा करने वाले, देखो अपने का मन कर्म देकर गर्भी का पल भात करने वाले। नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे। tell. He says at one time there lived a being whose name was Abhimanyu. And Abhimanyu was a bacha. Bacha means a child. Being a child, it says Abhimanyu, he lived in the Gar. Gar means the home of his maternal uncle. Maternal uncle. How would you call your mother's brother? What is the name given to your mother's brother? Do you know? What is the name given to your father's brother? Long ago, you could have addressed people as Mausi and Mami and Moi and Poi. Huh? Now the only Poi you know is Poi. Alati, Pelix, huh? You can't call people Mausi and thing again, People get highly offended. They say, I'm not no Mausi, I young. Huh? Living in the home of the maternal uncle, it says one day, Abhimanyu was very hungry. Have you ever been very hungry before? Hello? Have you ever been very hungry before? What is that experience like? The very hungry experience. They say a hungry man is you all know. Being very hungry. Abhimanyu was very hungry. What will happen? Listen, it tells us. एक दिन का बहुत का भूख करने तथा करने जिसमें का मन कम देख और गर्भी का धूर दिया करने जिसमें का उसके का भूख संतुष्ट करने का पर्वतना नहीं करने प्राप्ति नहीं तथा करने नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे Sing it, everybody. नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे Quickly, his mother prepared for him garam. Garam dur. What is garam? Have you ever heard that word before? Garam? Garam means what? Tanda means what? Garam means hot or warm. Garam dur. Dur is milk. Warm milk. Have you ever tasted warm milk before? Have you ever drank warm milk before? How does it taste? Warm milk automatically tastes sweet, nectar-like. True or not? Is it? Garam ka dur. She gave to him hot milk. But giving to him hot milk, what will happen? Va uske ka bhook santusht karne dekor prapti ka nirdan hote. She gave him the hot milk, santushta, but it did not satiate his hunger. It did not satiate his hunger, and so he was still hungry. Do you know there's some people, their stomach is like a bottomless pit? The more they eat, is the more hungry they become. You know anybody like that? Why you are looking at me? Santushta. He was not satiated. He remained hungry. And so remaining hungry, he looked at his mother. Me bhook. I'm very hungry. Which mother wants to hear her son say he's hungry? Hello? The daughter say I'm hungry and mother say, well, it have bread. Go make a sandwich. But if a son says I'm hungry, what will mother do? Oh, you all know. Some of the mothers who are very fortunate, like Mama who is sitting, she has 4 sons. 5 sons. 5 sons. Mama, how much roti you had to cook for 5 sons? 14? Narayan. And if you were to buy bread, how much bread you'll have to buy? 6 loaf? bottomless pit. Now you understand. He remained hungry, and so looking at his mother, he started to cry. And so crying, what will happen? Listen, it tells us, Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hari, Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hari. Sing with me. Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hari, Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hari. उसरे का मन तुरंत का रोजा करने वाले, देखो तूरे का आटा और पानी का मिलन करने वाले, आटा और पानी का मिलन करने वाले, और दूर का नहीं रन कप पार करने वाले, पीछे दिया करने वाले, नहीं के पीछे का दूर दिया है। नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे, नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे, नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे, नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे। आटा और पानी मिले, आटा और पानी मिले. What is atta? Have you ever heard that word before? Atta. Pani. Have you ever heard pani before? What is pani? Atta और पानी मिले. She had no more doodh, no more milk, so atta और पानी मिले. She took some flour and some water and she mixed it together, trying to fool him, trying to trick him. Ever drank that before? Ever drank flour and water before? Long ago, our foreparents, our mothers and grandmothers and great-grandmothers of yesteryear, they couldn't afford, so they used to call it a nice name. What they call it? And they put some sugar in there. And you know, it tastes good, huh? Isn't it? But when you don't have, anything will taste good. Do you know that? You have no curry, so roti, butter and kuchila. Ever eat that? How good that taste? Because you don't have a choice. Roti and ripe fig. Have you ever eaten that? Never eat that before? Well, I want to tell you, that's one of the best things you'll ever eat. Cricks and jam. Ever eat that before? Cheese and anything. Isn't it? Cheese and pepper sauce by itself. But you are eating because you are hungry and you have no choice. There is no menu to choose from. Atta or pani mile. She mixed the water and the flour together. And so given it to him, he tastes, but he recognizes that this is not doodh, it is not milk. And so disappointed, he looked at his mother and he started to cry. And he says, I will not drink this. It is not milk, but I am very hungry. And uttering this to her, what will happen? It tells us, Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hari, Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hari, Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hari, Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hari. वारोने लगे का मन का समझे, लेके का बचे कुछ समझ नहीं आया है, समझ नहीं आया है. Mother is saying samjhe. Samjhe means what? Samjhe. Samjhe means to, she's trying to explain with the hope that he will understand. But nahi samjhe. Ne samjhe. He's not. Children never understand. You know? Children will never understand. because they don't know. And chances are they will never know. True or not? Children look at you dressed and looking good, but they don't know what you're experiencing. There are things that are happening with husband and wife, and nobody will know. Because wife camouflage real good, you know. You know? You know? When you see the lipstick and you see the powder and you say, oh God, I want a wife just like she. You pray a bad prayer there, you know. Because you sing the Devi, but the people who living with Lankini. Huh? You look and you say, look at that man. I wish that my husband was just like him. And the wife, if you ask her, she say, oh God, don't pray that prayer now. Don't pray that prayer. That's Rawan. Not all that glitters is. Not everything is what it looks like. Huh? And so, nahi samjhe. He's not understanding. And so this makes her very unhappy. Making her very unhappy, the son crying at the top of his voice, he now asks a question to his mother. How many ask her? Listen, it does. Jai Govinda Hari Narayan Sri Narayan Jai Gopal Hari Narayana Narayana Jai Govinda Hari Narayana Sri Narayana Jai Gopal Hari वारोने लगे मन का नहीं समझा लेकिन बच्चा का कुछ समझे नहीं आए उसने का माता उसने का रोहे का शान करने जिसमें का किया का तुम का दूर और करने वाले प्रचार का मंत्र का भोजन करने वाले भगवान शंकर का भूर करने वाले पिता जगत पिता का देने करने नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे. All she tried to explain to him that there was no more milk and this is all that she could give. He couldn't understand. There was no level of understanding. Have you ever tried to explain something to somebody who just can't understand? Have you ever tried to give a logical explanation and tried to reason with a person who has no reasoning at all? And so, trying like this, unable to succeed, she looked at her son and she says, I have an idea. You want unlimited food? You want unlimited milk? You want unlimited food and beverage? Then why don't you pray to Jagatapita, Lord Shiva, the father of the entire creation? Why don't you pray to him and ask him? He will give to you. Strange. The only time you and I and the ordinary mind really pray is when we want something. And I'm not only saying you, I'm saying me too. The only time we genuinely pray is when we want something. True or not? Shake your head like this. I'm not seeing you. Shake your head like this. Huh? Because the day you don't want something, you pray, you know. But you don't pray the way you pray the day you want something. True or not? Pray to Jagatapita, the father of the entire creation, Lord Shiva. And he will give you unlimited food and drink. In your childhood, what is most important to you? In your childhood, what is most important to you? Play, isn't it? In your childhood, play is most important. It is the priority. In your teenage days, what is priority? Let me show you. Priority in your teenage days. And there is a thing in your ears, you hook up. Mother talk to you, you ain't hear a thing. Father talk to you, you ain't hear a thing. The house burned down and you ain't even know. Huh? In your teenage days, priority is. But there are some adults who still think that they're teenagers. Huh? Whole day, whole night, their whole existence is spent on the. Of course, if you're working, that's something totally different, you know. But you're busy working, minding other people. Oh, did I say that? You're busy trying to investigate and inquire things that will add no value to your life. And that which will add value to your life, you spend no time doing. None, zero. In your adulthood, what is important and priority? Hello? In your adulthood, what is priority? Kuch kuch hota. Huh? Yesterday was Valentine's. Today is Malentine's. Today is a different day. In your old age, what is priority? In your old age, what is priority? Grandchildren. Huh? That's your priority. But you know what you name? You love the grandchildren. You love the grandchildren more than you love your own children. But you know what you name them? What you name them? April, Brittany, Bradley. Huh? And you live your whole old age now serving children, the grandchildren, like a slave. And at the time when death comes and you call that name, you're going straight to hell to come back as a slave again. But if you name the children good, godly names, and you call the child by a godly name and you die, because chances are that's the name you will call, you'll quicker call the grandchildren name than your own children name, because you know why? The grandchildren will come. It says, Mother is saying to the son, pray to Jagatapita, Lord Shiva. The next question he asked now. He's asking his mother. बच्चे का पूछने भगवान शंकर करेंगे रहते हैं. Where does Lord Shiva रहते हैं? रहते means to live. Where does he live? Where does Lord Shiva live? Where does Lord Shiva live? Hello? Where does Lord Shiva live? Where can we find Lord Shiva? At the Rampasad Brothers Ranch. Until the night of Mahashivratri. After that night, where is he? Where is he going to be after the night of Mahashivratri? They were saying in the car that every Hindu observes Mahashivratri. If they observe nothing else, they observe that. But do we really observe Shivaratri? Because Shivaratri is every month, not 1 month in the year. We don't only pray to Lord Shiva one night in the whole year. Every single month there is a Shivaratri. And there is 1 month where there is a Mahashivaratri. He is asking, Shankar Rahite, where does Lord Shiva live? Where is Lord Shiva? Sharon, where can I find Lord Shiva? Naresh, where is Lord Shiva? Krishni, where is Lord Shiva? Mount Kailash. But where is Mount Kailash? Mount Kailash is deemed to be a cold place, isn't it? If you have to name a part of your body, Mount Kailash, which part of your body you will deem that to be? Which part of your body is cold? Well, I want to tell you, the coldest part of your body is your heart. Because all you profess to love in that heart, you have the worst hate trapped in there. True or not? They describe you and they say you have your heart real cold, boy. You ever heard that description? Your heart real cold. You're cold-hearted. Lord Shiva dwells or lives on the altar of your heart. But he's reminding you that amidst this coldness, there is room for love and affection and forgiveness and compassion and peacefulness and bliss. The mother replies, the very same reply that Krishnaji gave. He lives on Mount Kailash. The son is now about to ask a next question. What do you think he will ask? You ever observed the little children when they're growing up, how they ask questions? They will ask one question 1,000,000 times. True or not? The grandchildren will ask one question 1,000,000 times. You make a mistake and ask them a question more than once now, and see what will happen. My little nephew comes downstairs and he's huffing and puffing, and I say, Mickey, what is wrong with you? He said, I'm angry. I said, why are you angry? He said, I'm angry with Granny. I said, why are you angry with Granny? He said, because she only asking me obvious questions. I said, obvious questions? What do you mean by this? He says, she watched me walk down the step and asked me, so you get up? He said, I was in the kitchen and taking out my food and I started to eat, and she said to me, so you're eating? He said, and just now I was looking at the TV and she looked at me and she said, you're watching TV? I said, she's not asking obvious questions. She's trying to have a conversation with you. Can't you figure out she's trying to get your attention? She's trying to have a conversation with you. He said, well, all she had to do is come and talk to me. Don't ask things she don't know. But that is the culture of the youths of today. That is the way they react and that is the way they behave. And you have to be very careful and mindful of what you are asking and saying and how you are telling them. Because they use all of those things as ammunition against you. Do you know? He asked, where does Lord Shiva live? And she says, in the mountain. Immediately, he now makes a petition. Well, there is no milk here. Can you take me to that place where Lord Shiva dwells? So that I can talk to Lord Shiva and I can ask him, I can make my request. She begins to laugh because she thinks that the task is very impossible. Anything at the beginning always seems to be impossible, you know. Do you all know? At the beginning, everything seems to be very impossible. But with the right attitude and the right company, the impossible becomes an easy task. It still is a task, but it becomes very easy. There's some people who don't do anything but find a fault with everything. You know anybody like that? Do you know anybody like that? Today when we were parceling the parsad, I said to them, put on your gloves and put on a mask. And they said, why? I said, because somebody made that comment that you should put on a glove and you should wear a mask. Because it is unsanitary to parcel parsad using your hands. But the same people who said that is the same people who go by the snow cone man and buy the snow cone. He collecting the money, put in the snow cone. He didn't walk with no portable toilet, I could tell you that. And you say, oh God, he put two airs, one yellow and one red. Huh? One named Kala and the next one named Ra. When you don't eat it, you get Kala Ra. They say, well, oh, he touched that and she touched that, and then they go on and touch the parsad. Why you didn't take your finger and put it on your lip and sit quietly? Or if you had time and you could observe what everybody is doing, go wash your hand and tell them, I am coming to take over. There's some people who find a fault with everything, but help do nothing. You know anybody like that? Why are they watching me all the time? I feel like you're talking about me too. I said to them today, it is the first time in forever and ever and ever I am parceling parsad. I have never done that.
And they look at me, you don't know why? Lazy. Take me to Mount Kailash. Take me, I want to go. And the mother, thinking that this task is so difficult, she ponders, what will she do? She points him in the direction of a hill. And pointing him in the direction of the hill, she convinces him that Lord Shiva lives on the hill. It is not Mount Kailash, it is a hill. And she convinces him that Mount Kailash is this hill. Somebody ever convinced you of something, and when you grow into an adult, you recognize that what they told you was foolish and you believed it anyway? Hello? Were you ever fooled when you was a child? What were you fooled about? Santa Claus. You were fooled about Santa Claus, isn't it? You were fooled making you think that you had to have a tree to celebrate Christmas. Until you grow into an adult and you recognize that tree is a real work. To put up, to take down, frustration. And then you recognize you could celebrate anything without that. Isn't it? It says, pointing him to the hill, he immediately goes to that hill and he plants himself on the ground. He plants himself on the... We ought to be planted on the ground. To remind ourselves that we are all human beings. We are all equal. Did you give thought to that? Every one of us, we are equal. We are not the clothes we wear. We are not the job. We are not the money. We are not the vehicle. We are not the house. We are not any of those things. We are all human beings. And so planting himself on the ground, he begins to call. Who is he calling?